Hello and welcome to Technically Analytics. Today we're going to be talking about Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and his amazing 2021 season and why he hasn't been able to repeat that. So, yeah, let's get started. Vladimir Guerrero, or as I like to call him, Vladdy, is a first baseman and sometimes third baseman every once in a while. He actually had a recent appearance at third base. He bats right-handed, plays for the Blue Jays. He's got a few years of experience. He has, was it 6 years or 5 years, something like that? Yeah, about 6 years, I think. And then so he had a great. We're gonna talk about his 2021 season, which was really good, and then why he hasn't really been able to repeat that. And I think there's a few reasons why, and we'll get into it here. So let's start with his career statistics. So his career statistics, you can see down here, are right here. You can see 2021 is right there. 123 runs scored, 48 home runs, 401 on base, 601 slug, 1.002 OPS, 167 OPS plus. And all of those bold are leading the league in those are leading the league basically. All right. And you can see over here, he has all-star appearance, MVP vote 2. So he's second MVP. And then he was a silver slugger. And then he kind of did something a little bit similar, not quite as good. 2022 all-star MVP, gold glove. And then 23, just an all-star, again, a little further down from where he was, like a little, like he regressed back to the mean, like his 2020 season, I guess. Not really the mean, but, and then this year he's kind of around the same as he was last year. So around the same, not quite exactly, but yeah. So this great season in 2021 is what we're going to focus on, and then why he hasn't been able to repeat it, which will be the second half of the video. So in order to repeat it, we need to go dig a little bit deeper. And you can see his career. He has 16 career WAR, which is pretty good. I mean, he's a good. The thing is, don't get me twisted when I say that he hasn't repeated it. Like, he's a good player. Like, he deserves to be talked about as like a really great player, and like, you know, you can't take that away from him. Like his stats, like his career stats, are actually very, very decent and above average for a guy like this. So, I mean, when you look at 836 OPS, career 41 slug, career 355 slug, 355 on base, career, like those are not like bad numbers. Like those are great numbers. So yeah. So we're not saying that he's not good. We're just saying that I'm just saying that he's a good player, but I don't know if he's like a superstar like he showed in 2021. That's all I'm saying. So in order to figure out if he is or isn't, we have to look at some more stats, of course. So his 2021 numbers right here, you can see he has, 6.9% home run percentage, which is very nice. 69, nice. 15.8% strikeout percentage and 12% walk percentage. And so those are pretty decent numbers. You can see that his strikeouts have stayed relatively the same, which is good. But the problem is his power seems to be fleeting. If that's the right word. Is that the right word? That might be the right word, actually. But yeah, you can see his power has steadily kind of decreased over the years, and it's back down to his rookie season level almost, like, or below it actually, but not a full sample size, of course. And then his walk rate has been kind of, it's been up and down, kind of consistent though, but so this isn't really telling us too much. And then is he getting lucky on on defense or something, or did he get really lucky on defense? He sort of got lucky, but again, he's been luckier this year than 2021, because of BABIP. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Because of the BABIP, which is basically how effectively the defense turned balls into outs. So he's not getting particularly like unlucky, I would say, or lucky. It's just kind of like, yeah, that's what it is. And then his ISO, which is like his power, basically his extra base hit ability, So yeah, those are kind of like good stats to look at sometimes. Sometimes you can figure out why a guy has struggled or what changed in his approach or something. But what you really want to do is you really want to look at, you can look at these sets too. These tell you like what happened too, but you really want to look at Baseball Savant. That's where the real money is here. So yeah, Baseball Savant, good website. Go check it out if you want to. So 2021 percentile rankings, good chance to look at this. So batting run value, we'll see the chart of that later. And then you can see in 2021, he was good at everything, like just everything. Bat speed, they didn't have it then, that just rolled out. He's pretty good at bat speed, actually. He's pretty high up on that list. His barrels were good. His hard hit was really good. Sweet spot, chase, pretty good. Whiff, pretty bad. He whiffed a lot. And then Ks and walks were pretty good because he obviously just hit home runs, and you can see the spray chart here. Like, look at that. That's crazy. Look at all those home runs he hit, all those pits in the outfield. And then his defense has never been that great. Like, he's not a great defender, and he's not super fast either. So it literally is the hitting that sets him apart from like everybody else. So when you look at like, let's say 2022, you can see like it's similar but a little different, better arm strength, but still defense not lacking. And you can see he did it just a little bit worse. And then 2023, you have this, and he did a little bit good on the expected, but results maybe not as good. Again, defense not a strength. And then you could see 2024, probably easier to do this. And then 2024, he's again expected. This guy, the Baseball Savant loves him as like a potential hitter kind of player. Like, he potential wise, he's like off the charts, but his results have been not quite as good, right? But like I said, he's still a great player. He just hasn't been able to replicate that season in 2021. So that's that. And then you can see here, this is kind of just like a summary of basically what we just looked at, and you can see all his expected and stuff. And those were like top of the league, he was like top 1% of the league in all these in 2021. And then you can see as it's gone on, he's been not as top of the league as before. So, and then you have his pitch tracking, which kind of gives similar numbers, but the real money here is going to be the run value, which basically tells you how many runs did he create off of each pitch, or how many runs did he not create. In this case, like his slider, -1, meaning he actually, when someone throws him a slider, he actually hasn't created any runs. He's actually cost runs on it. And then if it's 0, it's neutral. If it's positive, then it means he generated 4 runs on that pitch, the changeup and the cutter. So you can see out throughout his thing here, his run values are pretty low for the most part. Like, he hasn't really been hammering any certain pitch. I mean, you can see that he does slug good on the slider, but he also whiffs on it 36% of the time and K's on it 21% of the time. So it's not perfect, And then with other pitches like the cutter, it's his slug is 700, but again, he whiffs on it 39 and K's on it 33. So what I'm trying to say is he's right now, it seems like he's striking out and missing more than he's actually hitting a home run. That's why the BABIP was like kind of like not. It was kind of like good, but it wasn't like horrible because he's not even hitting it. If he's not hitting, he's just not hitting it at all. So in 2021, you could see his bread and butter was obviously the 4-seam fastball right here, and 34 runs. He had 803 slugging, 522 WOBA. He only whiffed on it 15% of the time and only K'd on it 10% of the time, meaning he was locked in on it. Like, this guy was locked the fuck in. Like, holy shit. And the same is true for the slider. He was actually not as good, but pretty decent on it. I mean, still created 12 runs, so that's good. I mean, sinker similar, and then every pitch he just couldn't like be bad. And so I'm just just wondering where that guy went. And then another interesting thing to look at on here is his plate discipline, actually. So this is interesting because you have zone percent, zone swing, which is like just how much of the swings are in the zone or out of the zone, and when he swings at it. And you have zone contact, how much he gets contact with the ball, and you can see that you can compare it to the averages. He's above average in most years, so that's good. Not this year though. He's just above average actually. And then for his career, he's above average. He's just below average in career-wise on zone percent. Chase rate, he's above average, or no, below, slightly below. Chase contact, slightly below, which is, I want to say it's bad. Wait, is it bad or is it good? It might be chase contact. Oh no, it's bad that he's below because you wanna make contact when you chase. You don't want to swing and miss. That's, yeah. And then he's right around the league average in edge percent, which is like on the edge of the zone, which is okay. First pitch swing, I mean, he's not a big first pitch swing guy. He has done it in some years. In 2021, he did it 43% of the time. And then he did it in 2023, 41% of the time with less success. But overall, he does swing on first pitch quite a bit more than league average, but it's not like crazy. And then swing percent, how much he swings. Yeah, he's above average, which makes sense. His whiff rate, right on line with the average. His meatball, that's just like how much he gets meatballs or how much he takes advantage of it in meatball swing. So from looking at all these stats and all this stuff, like, I think it's just him like he's basically just swinging, and then he's not making as much contact. Like, it's either he's hitting a home run or a double, a triple, or he's not hitting it at all. Like, he's striking out. I didn't actually look at the strikeouts, which I probably should have. Let's see, what is he at strikeout wise? So strikeout wise, he actually had less strikeouts in 2023 than in 2021, but more strikeouts in 2022. And yeah, so it's not necessarily strikeouts, but that's part of it. And with a power hitter, you can expect some strikeouts. Like, it does occur, obviously. And then as for the bat speed, like I mentioned, like, they didn't have this, they just brought this out this year. So for the bat speed, he's doing 75 miles per hour and a half. Average is 71, fast swing rate 53%, contact 33%. That's squared up, and then 26% swing. Blast 22%, which is above average, and swing 17%. So he's above average in like his swing. Swords, yeah, he has some swords, so that's very telling. Obviously, he has 478 competitive swings and 186 hit into play, so it's pretty decent. I mean, it's not great, but you can see his average. So he's above average in swings like that. So yeah, that's Vladdy Jr. And I think he can probably replicate that 2021 season if he can just like stop swinging and missing and put the ball in play more, because that's it's kind of like a cliche, right? Like, if you could put the ball in play more, you'll get more hits and you'll be more successful. But it's easier said than done. So yeah, he's gonna have to work on that. So that's gonna wrap up today's video, and make sure you like and subscribe if you like this content and if you want to see more baseball.